Your job got you down? Tired of working the 9 to 5? Feel like shrugging it all off, jumping on a plane with a one-way ticket to anywhere? Well, have I got the book for you. Welcome to BookRemedy, where we cure life and business challenges one book at a time. I'm your host, Doug Tabor, with DougTabor.com, and today I am going to be reviewing a book that has a lot of buzz around it. It is a book that I've been wanting to read for a long time. I finally got a chance to read it, and now I'm going to tell you about it. The name of the book is The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. Escape 9 to 5, live anywhere, and join the new rich. Little background on Timothy Ferriss. Timothy dropped out of Princeton. Dropped out is a rough word. I think he put his Princeton education on hold for a bit. Now he's a lecturer at Princeton. He is a kickboxing champion, tango dancer, and what he calls a self-proclaimed drug dealer. The reason he calls himself that is because he is in the supplements business. He sells a product called BrainQuicken online. And Timothy, the reason for this book is because Timothy was beating himself up, working 15 hours a day on his internet product sales business, and decided to pull himself out of the mix, automate the business, and jump on a plane and head to some distant, faraway land. Well, what he found was, because of the way he structured his business and automated, by pulling himself out of it, his business did 40% better, because what he says is that he was the bottleneck of the business. The result is he created this book that has a lot of ideas on productivity, time management, or giving up time management, as he says in chapter 5, as well as how to start a business, put it on autopilot, and essentially travel the world working as little as possible. Now, when you go into this book, you might have the assumption, oh great, here's another book on how to create some business scheme that will allow you to work 4 hours a week. I was thinking the same thing until I read the book. What I found was this book is jam-packed with information on setting up a business, manufacturing, has a lot of references to multiple websites on how to automate your business. It talks about sales scripts, product development, chapters on market research. So this book at 396 pages is jam-packed with information that can help you take your business from beginning to product development and research, and then to the biggest part that I like is just automating your business, which allows you to focus your time on other efforts. He talks a lot about time management and productivity. In this book, I learned the difference between effectiveness and efficiency. And he says that effectiveness is doing the things that get you closer to your goal, and efficiency is performing in an economic manner a number of things, but they may not be necessary to get you to where you want to be. So it makes sense. I want to be more effective rather than more efficient. I also want to be more efficient on some items, but really effectiveness is the most important item. There's a lot of information, as I mentioned. He talks about why we should not work for work's sake, and that's one of his buzzwords in there. Doesn't make sense to just work because we feel like we need to work. He goes a lot into the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle, and another rule that he brought up is the Parkinson's rule. And this is one I had never heard of, but I tried using it. It was very, very effective in my business. Basically, the Parkinson's law, as it's called, is the idea that a task will swell in complexity the more time that is allotted for its completion. So in other words, if you have a task that you need to complete and you put a 2-week deadline on it, well, the closer you get to that 2-week deadline without completing that task, the task becomes an even bigger elephant that you've got to take on. So the idea behind the Parkinson's law is that if you give yourself only 24 hours to complete a task, you'll get it done with equal results. I tried using it on a project I was working on. It worked very well. So the Parkinson's law is something that I'm going to be using going forward. There was a lot of information in this book with regards to database backup, internet marketing. I took a lot of notes, as you can tell, with this book, and I absolutely feel that this book is going to be a reference going forward. So if you're looking to start working only 4 hours a week, this might be a book for you. But realistically, if you're looking for a book that has a lot of great ideas on how to maximize your time, on how to do everything from outsourcing your business, outsourcing your manufacturing, and allowing you to have more time to do the things you want to do, then this book is definitely a recipe for that type of success. Big subject of this book is email. We all know that email is an absolute killer for all of us, and now that I really have recognized through reading this book how much time I'm putting into reading and responding to emails that's really not helping me get where I want to be, I'm focusing a lot on reducing the amount of email that I'm dealing with on a daily basis, and I'm sure a lot of you out there could relate to that. So if you're interested in those concepts, I highly recommend the 4-Hour Workweek. I give it 5 stars. I think this book is a winner. I'm going to hold on to it for a long time and use a lot of the ideas in my upcoming